Hello, welcome to Leominster Access Television, and we have a special treat for you today. We have three gentlemen who played football for Leominster High School back in the day, back in the good old days. And we're going to go back to 1961. And we're going to feature these three gentlemen, and I'm going to start on my left and go left to right with Frank Acaboni, number 44, in 1961. Taiki Mazzaferro, you were number 54?
52.
52
Yeah.
in 1961. And Roger Roseberry, you were?
61.
Number 61. Oh, did I say 62?
Yeah.
Oh, in 1961.
1962, I was 61.
All right. So what number were you in 61? 61?
61.
61. It's like Roger Maris, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
27 in the weight. 27 in the weight, you know?
Well, anyway, we've got film of a game, 1961 LHS versus Gardner. And from what I've been hearing, this was the comparable to the Brockton game, where Brockton was number one in the country and Leominster upset them. Gardner produced powerhouses back in the 60s.
They were terrific, Jack.
And what we want to do is we want to go back in time and talk about football in 1961. And let me just ask a question, and you guys can jump in all at once or one at a time. We'll fight for who wants to talk first. What was it like playing football in the 60s for Leominster High School?
I'd like to say that it was great because back in that time in the fall, football was the only sport in Leominster High. There was no other boys' sports and no girls' sports. It was just football, and it was just like the city, and everybody just was totally into Leominster High football at that time.
Yeah, and there was a lot of family too, like generation after generation back then.
Yeah, it was. It was just everybody, just the town community, just got into it.
Yeah.
It was.
Roger?
For me, it was just a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Never worried about getting hurt. I never did get hurt. But for me, I always went 100%, and I didn't worry about anything. And for me, it was just fun. I enjoyed being with the guys, playing the games, look forward to playing the games, look forward to playing Fitchburg. So it was just a magnificent time for me, a lot of fun.
In that particular year, talking about 61, Jackie, Gardner was the Brockton of New England. And at the time, Worcester County football was terrific. There were no regional schools. There was no Wachusett, Neshoba, Tantascwa. I don't even know what these schools are. And the Worcester County football, Fitchburg was terrific. Gardner, Dobzinski, the father, it was a winner. They were a winner. And Leominster played, you look forward to, and you know our family bloodline, it was second to none, I think, So as I was getting ready to play, I had like you said, I had the background of a lot of cousins there, and watching. It was a highlight to play Leominster High School football.
Now, what about preparation? Today, they talk about preparation. The kids have these gyms they go to. They have the TB12 workout. They have all these programs to get themselves in shape. How did you guys prepare to play football back in your day?
Well, number one, we used to play behind the old high school, and there was no grass on the field, it was stones. And we used to scrimmage at least 2 times a week. And Coach Broderick, who was phenomenal, unless there was a little blood during practice, he wasn't happy. But we, we worked very hard, especially with the scrimmaging. I mean, the games were nothing compared to the practices.
That's exactly right.
That's true.
It was.
We called it Bloody Wednesday.
That was a hit?
Bloody Wednesday.
Full hit?
We start hitting on Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if we got hurt, the coaches would call us pussyfooters, or piss on it.
Yeah.
And if you get hurt,
get up.
forget about it. Get up and,
I don't even know if they can do contact in practice.
I don't think so.
I don't think they can do contact
I think they may
in
have
practice.
changed that.
The best way I would explain it, Jack, is that our team, and those teams of the 60s, like I say, Gardner and Fitchburg, they wouldn't be allowed to play today because we hit too hard. And our motto was, who hits the hardest doesn't get hurt.
Good point.
In other words, if you hit the hardest, you're not going to get hurt. Today, they'll throw you out the game.
Yeah.
And they don't tackle with their shoulders and arms anymore. They talk about their heads.
Off season though, what did you do to prepare?
Well, he was everything.
What I did is I had my own little routines that I had, but one of them was I used to wear ankle weights and run the railroad tracks.
Really?
Yeah, I used to do that every day and get in shape for the football season. And
Played basketball too.
Yeah.
And baseball.
yeah, I played
Now,
all the sports.
we're going to go back a little further.
Yeah.
You know, years ago we made that film, The Rivalry. We made it in '83, and there was a lot of people who actually played with Ronnie Cahill. We had Americo Spacciapoli
Yeah,
told
yeah.
stories about what Cahill did, and basically he liked to hunt. Now, I don't know if any of you guys ever hunted. Okay.
I used to hunt. Yeah.
If you're carrying a gun through the woods and you're working your way through laurel patches and evergreen patches and you're stepping over stones and you're climbing hills and you're chasing a deer, it's like one of the greatest workouts in the world. So he probably did nothing but hunt to get in shape to become one of the greatest players in Leominster High School history. Frank, what did you do to prepare yourself? I'm waiting for this one here.
I went to the racetrack and walked back and forth to the window.
Running back and forth,
Yeah,
right?
to the windows right there.
And Rod, you played multiple sports, right? Did
No,
you?
well, yeah, I ran track.
Okay.
We used to run the 100-yard dash in those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was on the cinder track.
Yeah.
No rubber tracks, no starting blocks. And
Now, was that at Doyle Field, the
I was at
Cinder?
Doyle Field.
yeah.
At Doyle Field.
Yeah.
I ran a 10-3.
Wow.
And when I was a sophomore, Pete Bollier was a senior.
Yeah.
And he'd run a 10-2. And most of the races, he'd come in first, I'd come in second. But most times in the off season, we got into a little weightlifting in those days, not like it was now.
Yeah.
And I remember going to the rec center, Phil Marama, John Fandaka, all those guys used to be there, and we do a little lifting.
Yeah.
And also, after the football season was over in the winter, I used to run in the gym, the old rec center gym up there, to kind of get ready. But I was always ready no matter what.
So 10-4 on Cinder.
10-3.
10-3 on Cinder.
Well, our senior year, Roger and
Whole
I,
backfield went under 11.
we both ran track and we both ran the 100-yard dash. We both qualified for the district finals.
Yeah. Wow.
Both of us. You know, so.
And Dickie and David Valeri was
And
everybody fast. Dickie Frangiosi.
Moose.
Yeah,
He was
The
fast,
Moose was
too.
fast, really.
He was
a big
terrific.
guy. He
Oh
was
my
fast.
God.
Wow.
He'd run over you. You
Dickie
know.
was fast, and
Yeah.
he could throw the ball well.
Okay. Let's go back to the game against Gardner. Going into that game, your record, you had 1 loss.
6-1. Yeah.
6-1. Mentally, where did you stand in terms of we're going in against Gardner?
Cocky.
They're the best, and how did you stand mentally?
Cocky.
Okay.
Strictly cocky. There was no way this team. Jackie, we played them the year before, and they hadn't lost.
Yeah.
God knows when they had lost. That year, nobody scored upon them. Seventh game of the year, no one got into their end zone. And I happened to go with my mother down to Clinton to see this Congressman Philbin for my brother who got recalled in the service. And there was this older gentleman, his last name was Martino, from Leominster. And he says, you guys got it was early in the morning, so we had a game. He says, you guys got a big game today. I says, yeah, we should beat them. He said, you're pretty cocky, aren't you? He called me cocky, which I was, you know. And I just said to him, no, I said, cocky. I said, I'm very, very confident.
Yeah.
And
Good.
You'll see the film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. How did?
Yeah, I felt the same way.
Same way.
This was our big game because when Northwest County, they were undefeated and all that. We knew we had to beat them, and I just felt very, very confident we're going to beat them. You know.
Same.
For me, it was the same every game. It wasn't any different. I was going to play the best I could.
Yep.
And it didn't matter who we were playing. I just didn't care because it was time to pound the hammer down. We were ready to do it. So I wasn't nervous, wasn't worried, and there were a lot of people at that game.
Oh, my
I think
God.
they were like,
From
I'm
looking
gonna
at the
guess
film, they had to be between 8,000 and 10,000.
And they could only fit 2,000 in there comfortably.
They were everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, my
When we see
God.
the film, we'll
You'll
see
see the crowds there.
but if you listen to Frank, there were about 42,000.
I exaggerated a little.
44,000.
44,000. Was I right? 44,000?
44,000.
That was your number, 44.
The year before, Jackie.
Yeah.
Now, this was still a powerhouse. They beat us 7-6, and we beat the hell out of them. And they beat us 7-6, right? And only reason I was in the end zone, I caught a pass. this much out of bounds for the 2 points, so we would have beat them then.
And this game, Jack, they were leading us 7-6 going into the fourth quarter, and there was just no way.
Wow.
Turned it on.
The memories.
Wore 'em out.
Yeah, you could see us take over. We took over then. It was
I mean, long runs and long runs and long runs. You know, like, Jack, you know, I seen a couple of games, you know, without Tyke and Roger, and of course I was pretty self-centered, you know, I always wanted to look at myself, right? So one film I happened to look at Roger, 40 years later, I never realized how good he was. I said, Roger says, you were really good, you know, because he never went backwards. I mean, you want to talk about a back, I mean, he was born to play football, because he couldn't do anything else. He stunk in basketball. He stunk in baseball. He stunk in horseshoes. He stunk in ping pong. Now he tell me he played in golf. He's got a stink in golf, right? And I had asked a friend of his, I says, all he could do was fight. He liked to fight.
He liked to fight,
and play football. And I can digress on Jack. Ask him what he wished for Santa Claus when he was 7 years old. Ask him.
What did you wish from Santa Claus when you were 7 years old?
A pair of boxing gloves.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had my mother saved the,
I got the letter.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
9 years old.
Yeah.
And what else did I ask for? I forgot.
Football.
Oh, yeah, football.
Perfect.
He knows more than I do about me.
In other words, he was born to play football and fight, and he did go. He was very good at both.
good were you?
You know.
Well, I never got in the ring or anything. In those days, Marty Dupe, I don't know how many people know about him, but he was a
Boxer.
great athlete.
Yeah.
He played a bunch of sports, but he was a great boxer.
Yeah.
And I could tell you a little quick story about him. We were after practice, we were in the shower room, and one of the seniors said to me, and I'm a sophomore, you got to watch my back. I says, oh, man, I don't know about this. So Marty Dupe says, leave the kid alone. So this guy says, no, he's my sophomore. He's going to watch my back. So this guy took a swing at Marty. Marty stepped back, and then he hit him with a jab, cut his eye. Guy came at him again, hit him with a right hand, cut his other eye. Had blood coming out of his ears. I'm exaggerating a little bit. But Marty Dupe took care of this guy for me. I was ever a friend from him then on. I told him years later he saved my life, and he didn't know what I meant. But it was all, for me, it was all good. All good stuff.
That's when we were sophomores, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Cody.
Yeah. Billy Cody.
Now, later on, we played softball together. So did you play baseball also in high school?
Yeah, I played football, basketball, baseball, and ran
So
track.
you made the
I played all four.
He was the king.
not only a triple threat, and one. So.
And Jack, this all started not 1960, 59, 60. This started on the Lancaster Street School lawn in the early 50s.
See, that's something that, like today, you don't see. You don't see sandlot games. We used to play behind Tony's Sugar Bowl.
Yeah.
There was a sand area.
Yeah.
And we used to play pickup games there. And then, we had Pop Warner, but there were also neighborhood teams. And on Saturdays, we basically had official games from each neighborhood. We would play behind Barrett's. Pete Turk's Field was one of the places we would play. The corner of Johnson Street and Mechanic Street, there's some condos there. We used to play there against the French Hill teams. So 6th Street didn't have a team, so I played for the Chestnut Street Chargers, and our home field was Pete Turk's Field behind Barrett's. But you don't see this sandlot baseball, sandlot football, and every day it was something. Get on your bike with your baseball glove, run to the Cavioli's house to have a pickup game of football. And again, then we talk, everybody was Italian back then as far as the ones, we hung out with, except for Roger. Roger was the odd duck.
10 and a half Italians, Jack. And when we put the game you're going to see, I would have to think that they were probably 10 Polish guys. So they were big and mean and rough. They were terrific.
So what we're going to do? Oh, go ahead.
They always said we had 10 and a half Italians on the team. The superintendent of schools, Marty Moran, said, well, we let him in the circle because his mother's Italian.
Okay.
Both, right? And the funny part, Jack, this started with like a combination of Lancaster Street School. Dickie went to Lancaster. All of us went to Lancaster School. And then you had Lincoln School. You had David Valeri. You had Jake Soprati. You had Sammy Valeri. You had Jimmy Corsi. We all blended together, And what I think was the best team ever in Leominster.
Like in the 6th grade, Lancaster Street School, we used to play in Lincoln Terrace, right on the lawn at Lancaster Street School.
Yeah.
Tackle football.
We played a game called
That's what
Rough
we
and
did.
Tumble
We
Jack.
used to have some rough games in the middle of 6th Street. You
Yeah.
actually used to throw us passes when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, let's watch the film, and we're gonna run the film with. There's no audio except for you guys commentating on it. So whatever you feel like talking about when you're watching this game, feel free to jump in there. Jump up and
Jackie,
cheer
can
and
you
everything.
stop it a couple times?
We're not going to be able to,
You can't
stop
highlight
it.
it,
No,
you know?
we're not going to be able
'Cause
to.
there's
So
a
just
couple-
talk about it. There's a couple plays I think we did repeat.
Yeah.
But
'Cause you see a
we
catch
got to let it run.
Look, the catch that he made,
yeah.
which was
Yeah.
second to none at that time, and then you're going to see hit by Jake Soprati,
Yeah.
right?
tackle.
Where they would have immediately thrown him out of the game today.
I might be able to do that in post because I'm
Yeah.
going to add some pictures and stuff to it.
And I think I
so
remember
if you guys
which
talk
one it
about
was,
it,
you know?
I could probably do a repeat of it. But anyway, whenever you can run that film, we're going to let these guys commentate on it, and we should be able to see them appear in one of the corners of the screen when Bradley
Thank
gets
you, was
that
the
going. And
captain
there you
there,
are.
Yeah, Jake and I were the captains. We're kicking off to them.
That's Blanchard was an All-American, Jack, number 33.
Now, who did the kicking?
Dickey.
Dickie Frangiosi.
Can't believe how
Look at the people, Jack.
can't believe how good those pictures are compared to the 35 millimeter pictures we used to have.
Jack, they ran a single wing, Jack. You don't see that anymore. All power.
See the 3 blockers in front of the
Yeah.
ball carrier all the time.
Yeah.
Now, did you all three of you go both ways?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking one time in an interview on TV on a Thanksgiving,
What a play by Hawkins.
Yeah.
Wow.
and Gino Gentili was there. And I was teasing him a little bit. I said, "Hey, Gino, did you go both ways?" He says, "Hey, watch out what you say."
That's Tyke right there.
Yeah.
Look at his
Now,
juking.
if you remember anything like what's going through your mind before some
Oh,
of these
I think
plays, jump in and tell us.
Okay.
Who was lined up against you, who you wanted to kill. I mean, there's always those things like, I want to run right over this guy. I want to straight arm this
At
guy.
the end of the game, Roger was insulting anybody, so that's Roger right there. Watch
Yeah.
that. Never went
Look at
backwards.
this.
Look at that.
Always ran hard, Roger.
Jeez. Roger, you were good, Roger.
There's a replay of it.
Yeah.
Look at Moose leading the way, though. You see? Anyway, he missed him.
Yeah, I remember we had our tackling drills in practice. Roger was always the hardest guy to tackle.
Oh, God.
What'd you weigh, Roger?
185, 5'11".
185.
That was
5'11".
Big
That was
back
big.
then.
Well, Moose was 220.
Yeah. And he could run.
There's Dickie Frangiosi. Little slip.
You get a little.
Yeah.
Jack, watch. You're going to see things that very seldom see. Look at the quick punt.
Quick
Yeah,
kick.
quick kicks.
Right.
Kicks. Another thing I noticed with a lot of these films from the 60s is that quick jump pass over the middle.
Yeah.
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 Fitchburg used to be famous for that. A lot of the Fitchburg
See,
films.
look at
we
the
have.
people, Jack. They're in the trees.
You talk about plays. I remember one play when I was running. I got the ball and I went straight ahead, and this guy Bujnicki hits me, and he says, "Yeah, nice play." I got about 3 yards, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, this guy says nice play. I'm killing myself, and he's acting like it's a walk in the park.
Yeah. Now, you talk in terms of like
Roger.
Nice tackle, Raj.
Yeah, that was Blanchett.
I can't even say the word ethnicity. You know what I mean? Like ethnic.
Yeah.
10 and a half
Yeah.
Italians, and they were probably 10 and a half Polish.
Polish, yeah.
Yeah. And
Jackie,
the coach was
yeah.
Polish.
Yeah, Dubzinski. That you again, Roger?
That's me, us.
Ooh. Never went backwards.
kept
Look
going
at
forward all the time.
Yeah, Jack. Never went backwards.
There's
the
Dickie Boy,
pass.
Dick Frangiosi.
Now, for a film that's what, 61, how many years is that?
58 years ago.
58 years old. Some of these films look better than the new stuff we
You
see.
notice how we
Yeah.
quick kicked
This
twice,
is
Jack?
really
Our coach was
comes out
knew
great.
how good they were, you know? So he wanted to always keep them. Look at how we kept them back there.
The thing is, you look at the people there. Huh? Just
You being a film guy, Jack, and
Yep.
interested in TV, of course, do you know how these films get saved?
This one might have come from you.
Right. I saved about 4 films from
Yeah.
1960 and 1961.
Yeah.
Roger, I saw them all.
Someone said to me, they were 35 millimeter in a big can.
Yeah, 16, but that's, yeah.
Oh, 16?
Yeah.
Okay. So they were going to throw them out.
Yeah.
I said, well, let me take them. So over the years, I just held on to them. Never really looked at them that much.
When I was in high school with Huck Hannigan, he had a whole room next to the athletic director's office, and it was just full of film going, way back.
Yeah.
And then we decided to make that movie in '83, and I says, this is going to be a walk in the park because there's a room full of film. So we went in there,
Here's the catch.
and
Jackie, watch this, Jack.
Watch this.
That
Look at
was
this.
unreal, yeah.
Number 61 right there.
Yeah.
TD.
It was a touchdown. He
There's
didn't
a
give us
replay.
look at the
There's a
catch. Look at
replay.
the catch, Jack.
Perfect pass because I just was right where I had to bring it in, and that's what happened.
Between 2 guys, and he was higher than both of them.
But anyway, there was nothing left. And we had heard that, the funding had been cut and they needed that room for something else. So Damco had just lined up all the film in a hallway and let people know if they wanted to come get it, because they were going to throw it out. So whatever got saved, like by you,
Yeah.
got saved, and the rest of it thrown out.
It was Damco that gave me the films.
Roger made
Yeah.
the tackle too on the kickoff.
And once in a while, somebody will be cleaning out an attic and say, hey, I just found this. And they'll still be bringing stuff in that people saved.
Yeah. They should do something about saving those archives for the people that played.
Well, we get everything.
all the-
We get everything now.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and the
It's all
linebacker made the tackle,
digitized.
right?
And little by little, we
Philip
put it up
Rocca
on
had his
YouTube.
charge.
Yeah, there it is.
that
It's
The
jump
jump,
pass.
Philip Rocca.
I intercepted it.
You intercepted that?
Yeah. I got the ball back.
Straight T. Roger Roseberry.
Boom.
Look
going
at
forward.
moving backwards. Roger, you realize they were that good, Roger?
Of course I knew how good I was. I just never said anything about it.
I did.
You didn't have
You
to.
left it up to me.
Think about it, said enough.
I said enough. Yeah, I'm down there. That was Phil Diamond. We're winning right here, right, Tyke?
6-0. Yeah, we go into the half leading 6-0.
Yeah. Where's Muzzy Perla?
Quarterback sneak. Boom.
Well,
Picked up a few first downs on a
Think
quarterback sneak.
about the padding you were wearing compared to today.
Look at how
Much more padding, I think. We had,
Weighed, how much did it weigh when it got
oh,
soaking wet?
it was. We had high top shoes for one thing.
high top shoes, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Secondly, we had heavy knee pads, hip pads, big
Thigh
shoulder
pads.
pads, thigh pads. It's a level playing field because everyone's wearing the same thing. But compared to today, it's just so much different. That's why they're a lot quicker probably today too.
Yeah.
Ballistic
Well,
vests.
Look at
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
Lightweight.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Look at they coming, Jack. Look at them. I can knock down the interference, right?
so that was your job to
Yeah,
break
knock
up
the, and
the.
my linebackers and defensive backs would come up and make the tackle, which they did.
Anybody get hurt in this game out of you three?
No, boy, they knocked.
Nicky Frangiosi.
Yeah. There's Jake. Look at Jake. Tyke. 63. Jack, you're going to see him make a tackle that's scary.
63?
Yeah.
There he is right there. There's a nice hit right there.
They were
How
good. They were good, Jack. This team was good.
How did Dickie Frangiosi get hurt, Tyke?
On the
No, I
opening
don't- I
kickoff, Roger, of the second half.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Wide open.
No, Tyke was him.
Yeah. It wouldn't have got by me.
They wouldn't get by.
No.
So here it goes, second half. We're winning 6-0 again, right, Tyke? Look, hey, crazy.
What was in front of you there?
Oh, I had some running room there, too.
Is that all right?
God forbid he loses his microphone. We'll have to do this whole thing
God, I'll
over.
make him do the whole segment over, Rod, you know?
Oh my God, it'd be a major catastrophe.
Oh, God.
Are you kidding
You
me?
were mentioned on TV last night. John Ulecki mentioned watching you when he was growing
I
up.
try to tell everybody I was good. No one believes me, you know?
Me to you, Raj.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know who believes you the least?
Who?
Your family.
I know, you're telling me. I argued with my brother last night about it, you know?
I asked him if he would come today. I said, what are you doing at 1 o'clock? I was going to have him show up.
Look at Roger. Look at this run by Roger. How many yards, Roger?
I think 30, 35 maybe.
Wow. See that run,
We
Jack?
might have a replay of this one,
Jeez,
if I
I hope
remember.
so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll have to check the yardage.
Yeah, there's the replay.
Nice ball
look at
handling.
this. Look at the
there,
way
too.
5,
Not so bad, Roseberry. Not so bad.
10,
At
15,
the 50 there,
20,
down to the 40.
25.
25,
30.
30,
They're down about the 30 yard
30.
line.
36.
Inside the 30.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed I didn't score, but
So, like, practice was about repetition for execution,
yeah.
or just hit him as hard as you can?
Watch him whack Takey.
Whoa.
yeah, practices were interesting. We would practice the defense on Gardner's offense,
Yeah.
so we picked up
Single
a few
wing,
things.
Yeah. Takey, how many yards you make here, Takey? Watch him whack him. 3 guys. Bada boom.
Any stories that you can relate about the practices with the cars pulled up with the headlights on? We've heard Broderick would do that quite
We had a
bit.
white football, Jack, when it got dark.
Yeah.
We put a white football.
Yeah, people did put on the headlights when it got dark, though. We kept scrimmaging.
Because I can remember, with my father watching practices. He would bring me to a lot of the practices.
This is when, Jack, they take over the game. They get the opening
Go
kickoff.
ahead, 7-6 in the third quarter.
They kick to us, they stop
Look at the
us.
size of that guy.
Bujnicki.
That's who that is, that guy right there?
I think his father owns Salvador Kyle.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Now here's the play he gets hit. Watch. By the head, you see him
Yeah.
get whacked in the head?
That's it, he got knocked out of the game.
Yeah. Roger, you had to play the other halfback.
Yeah, I went to left half.
Any
He's
you
still
guys
going.
ever get your bell rung so bad you had no clue where you were?
Close one time against Nashville.
Toughest team I ever played against was Brookline.
Well, we
Yeah.
used to call it back then was you got your bell rung.
Yeah.
Yeah, and coach would tell you, get back up and get back in there.
Yeah.
Really.
You know Ricky LaQueer,
Hey, he's a relative. That's
Yeah.
that bloodline, Jack.
I can remember, because I was on the bench. I was what they called chababas. I'm the one that ran the other team's
Practice plays, yeah.
target practice. But he used to, quite a bit, not have a clue where he was.
Ricky?
He used to get hit and, Hannigan would send him back in and he
No kidding.
didn't know where he was. I can
No
remember a
concussion
few times.
protocol in those
Jack,
days.
look at that.
You get hit again, you'd get your senses back.
I saw stars several times.
See, look at see, Jackie,
Yeah,
what
I
they're
got my
doing right
bell rung
now?
a few times I can
They're
remember.
grinding out 5-6 yards out of whack with their
We
offense.
couldn't stop them.
Couldn't stop
They
them.
come out the third quarter and 4, 5, 6, 7, just boom, 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 boom,
It was a
boom.
good play by Bob Hogg.
Yeah, all runs, Jack.
They marched down the field and they took the lead 7-6.
Remember we were talking last time and I mentioned Bob Hagen was my Babe Ruth coach. It wasn't Bob, it was Paul.
Paul.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They had a few brothers.
There were 4 brothers, yep.
Yeah.
I think Dave was the youngest. Bob
Yeah,
might have
Dave,
been the
You saved the
oldest.
touchdown there, Tyke, right?
Yeah.
No, I think Tommy or Paul were the oldest. There were 4 brothers.
That's Blanchard again, right? Watch this, Jack. Watch this tackle.
There it is.
Jack,
Look at that
Jack,
tackle. Look at that tackle.
You can remember that.
Remember that?
Well,
He gets thrown out of football now if he did that.
Jack, I played safety, and I was coming up right behind Jake when he made that tackle. It was like, cool, right in front of me. What a tackle. He just picked them up, and
You know what his
See that-
nickname
see that
was?
tackle?
You know what his nickname was, right? Remember we used to
Beast.
call him the Beast.
The Beast.
Yeah.
Hated everybody, even his own teammates.
I hate everybody.
You were talking about concussions earlier, and I was about to say that the only game we lost was Brookline, and I remember I don't know, I forget what the score was, 20-7 or something like that, but I got the opening kickoff, and the guy hit so hard I saw stars immediately.
What's going on here?
So I knew I was in for a rough afternoon.
I don't know what happened. It must have been the end of the film.
Yeah, it's now, Jack. This is where the game gets interesting, Jack. You say you remember anything about particular part of the game?
We're losing 7-6.
We're losing 7-6, right? And they got all look at.
Wow.
I mean, they were good. This was the best team in the state. That's the Moose right there.
And right now they're looking for the kill.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't gain an inch. Then was the pass. This is the.
That's Roger
right?
Ross.
Who, did Tyke catch it?
Yep.
Right there, Jack gave us a first down. All right.
It took. We kept it going.
That was the turning point of the game. That play you just saw.
60 is Moose.
Yeah, 60.
Remember the
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, the timeout.
Look where we are. Just kept
Jack,
going.
that's what he said. It was a timeout, right? And Tyke, had complete control of the huddle, right? Not like nobody else talked. And he says, "Look, we're down. We're all down because we're getting beat 7-6." He says, "Look where we are. Look where we are. We're on the 35-yard line. So we're so close, right?
Yeah.
From that point on, forget about it.
Right, they can't stop us.
Can't stop us.
They're not going to stop us.
And watch,
And we went down, took control of the game.
nobody.
I'm just trying to think, Dickie Frangiosi got hurt. Who played right halfback?
Tommy Rogers.
It looked like Moose was playing right halfback.
Well, Rogers
I
was
don't
in
know.
there. Rogers.
Tommy Rogers.
Touchdown pass to who?
Raj.
Yep.
Roger Ross.
Roger Ross.
Rogers, you threw a touchdown pass?
Yeah, he threw it to me. It's right here. There it is, right to me. Touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah,
We played catch right.
Now, this is the fourth period, Jack. Look at them come right back, these animals. We got the lead now,
Yeah.
but don't make no difference.
14-7 now. We got the lead.
Look at the size of that guy.
Oh, my. Look at this. Touchdown almost,
Yeah.
right? Wasn't it a penalty or something?
we had a very good defense, too.
33, you remember his name on Gardner?
Yeah,
Lee
that's
Blanchard.
Lee Blanchard. He was a speedster, supposedly.
Watch this tackle. I think someone makes a nice tackle here.
That's a beautiful play there.
That Moose.
Yeah. Because they're coming back right down there. And then-
Whoa.
And that was the
That
fourth down, Jack. We
Yeah.
got him on the fourth down, right? And watch number 44.
Good play there. You won't.
That's me. How'd I know?
Now we stopped them. Now,
We stopped them. Now watch out.
now we go down and score again.
Yeah.
And that's when we put it away.
Watch this, Jack. We completely took over the game.
Dickie Frangiosi.
No, that's me.
Oh, that's you?
That's Tyke.
Yeah.
Look at it. First down, right?
Sorry, Tyke Mavs. I made a bad call. My error.
That's
I won't let it happen again.
Is that
My
Roseberry?
father
That's
must have
Moose.
been there. Let's see if we can spot him.
There's Roger. Moose.
My father had to be at this
Oh, of
game.
course.
I think everybody in Leominster was at that game.
Jack, Moose makes a big run over here, doesn't he, Roger? Right there, yeah, look
Yeah.
at just a 51 right, Jackie.
Wow.
Look at this.
So he had,
Look
to
at
be
the crowd.
playing, he had to be playing right halfback.
Yeah, look at the crowd, Jack.
Look at the crowd.
In the trees on the fence.
There's
Who's that,
Roger.
Roseberry?
Roseberry.
We were taking it to him, huh?
Yeah.
Roseberry again.
Down there.
What do you think?
Hey, Mazzafaro.
Jack, you don't need a color commentator. We got Frank in.
Yeah, I know.
We should
Roger,
get
this
you
time
guys
I-
involved with
this
the
time I
games
threw it to
today. We'll bring
Roger.
you in. We're always looking for someone.
Did he score another touchdown?
Yeah, I threw it. This one I threw to Roger. We played catch.
Thank God.
Yeah. We didn't get the 2-pointer, no. So it was 20-7. That was the final.
Mostly 2-point conversions you guys
Yeah.
went
Yeah.
for?
Look at that.
So out of 20 points, how many points do we account for, you and I? Tyke Mavs.
Oh,
Yeah.
20?
20.
look at the people. As Roger intercepted
Yeah,
the pass, remember?
I scored 14 and threw for 6. You scored, what did you score? 2 touchdowns? Or what was it?
I think
Look at
1.
an extra
and threw
point.
for 1 and threw for 2.
Yeah, so it
you
was-
scored 6 and threw for 14,
Yeah,
8.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jack, you see how much we're tearing them
Unbelievable.
apart,
Yeah.
Jackie?
imagine if we had a turf field.
Yeah.
Yeah, the field was sloppy.
Yeah.
You know, it was
Cold.
Now, was it an October game, end of October?
November, Jack.
November
This was
4th.
November 4th.
Jack.
November
Wow.
4th, 61. I'll never forget the date. November 4th, 61.
Then after Gardner, who'd you play? You had
Worcester North, I think.
Worcester North was
Yeah,
tough.
and we beat them like.
Yeah,
30 to 8.
Then we beat Fitchburg. Everything was anticlimactic, Jack.
yeah. Yeah, I can remember my father bringing me to a
that
Worcester
was-
North game and how tough they were, boy.
They were big boys too, like these guys.
He used to talk about a Ringe Tech also.
Oh God, I remember Inky playing against them.
Ringe Tech.
We played them my junior year down
That's,
there.
There it
that's
is.
the only game I got
There
knocked by. The
watch
kid
the-
named Durkin
watch
played
the
for
people on the
Watch
field.
the
Look at
people.
the people. After the game, that's it was just
They Taiki,
yeah.
Togo Palazzi.
Togo Plaza picked me up on the shoulders.
I think we actually might have a shot of that.
He was your brother-in-law.
Yeah. I was looking for Betty.
Yeah, she was. That's what he said. Where's Betty? That's it, Jack.
And that's that. That was great.
that was
wow.
great.
Yeah.
You know,
Great memory.
I only wish they had the technology, Jack, that they got now to show the whole game where you can stop and stop, right? Because it was, yeah, this is old.
To show it, I mean,
But the hit.
okay, they took the films basically so that on Monday you could watch, or Tuesday
Right.
you could watch the films to find out what you did right, what you did wrong.
Right.
It wasn't for entertainment purposes, so there was no TV, there was no live broadcast. Do these kids know how lucky they are today to have what they have? It's incredible.
So,
Like I say, we couldn't play today, Jack, because we hit too hard.
Like
you
I
know?
said, it was all fun in those days.
Yeah.
And of course,
It was fun.
Of course,
To play
Frank.
for Leominster High, Jack, was you couldn't wait till you were 13, 14 years old
Yeah.
to go to Leominster High School, to that ride down on Route 13 to Nashua, you know?
it was traditional. It was like my brother played ahead of me and things. All these guys you knew, and you couldn't wait till it was your turn to play for Leominster High.
How did they treat you, the old, your older brother? How did your older brother treat you? Were you the first one that played for the
Yep.
family?
Yep.
But how did
No
having an
brothers.
older brother? How did they prep you?
I got to tell you, Jack, you know all of them.
Who won in the fights? Did you beat him up, or
My brother helped me a lot.
Yeah.
He taught me a lot. He worked with me, and he was almost 9 years older than me.
Yeah. Now who's that? What?
Richie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Richie,
He played in 53, 54. About
Now is he the one that used to run up and down Main Street with the weighted vest,
Yeah.
even into his 50s? And
Yeah.
I used to see him
Yeah,
running.
he helped me a lot, and he got. I remember him getting Joe LaPasta, who played end on his team, to work with Ichabod, and he helped.
It was unbelievable,
and he
'cause all I
helped him
had
a
to
lot.
live
It was
with
just they were behind us.
Marco Landon, that's all I had to hear was Marco
Yeah.
Landon this, Marco, you'll never be as good as Marco Landon. And my first day, remember, in March, Jackie, when we were in the 9th grade at May Gallagher, we'd go up to the high school, because it was spring football, right? And it was unbelievable, because we all went up there, and the only one they were interested in was Roseberry. And we felt like we were nothing. All Charlie Broderick cared about was Roseberry, you know? And
Why was that, I wonder?
and March, he was supposed to be the.
Because you never went backwards.
I never went backwards, right?
Never went backwards.
So anyway, and I would see my brother, then this Joe LaPasta would come out, even Deco Pegnata, the father, right?
Yeah.
There was such tradition there,
There was.
And it was just incredible. It was fantastic.
And Mike Pignata was a sophomore. I only played when I was a senior, and I don't even know why I went out for the team. I mean, I weighed 140 pounds, which was good size when you guys were there. But I was on the swim team, and I said, I'll go out for football to get in shape for swimming, because it was like right after. But you want to know something? What I learned, because they had bets that I wouldn't make it through, okay? And I stuck with it, and I stuck with it. And the pièce de résistance was we made it to the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
And I was the second string kicker. And Hannigan, he had his mind set. When he had his mind set on Steve Ringer was going to be the next Ronnie Cahill, he worked for it. So Ringer was the triple threat. He did the kicking. He got hurt. So I actually got to do 2 kickoffs, and
kidding.
I scored a point in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
1 point. Imagine that.
All right.
All right.
You're famous.
Yeah, I got 1 point. So anybody asked
What was
me
the
my
final
claim,
score that game?
13-0. I missed the first one because the snap hit the ground.
You kicked that, Jack?
Yeah, I
I told
kicked.
you snap.
And Steve Davis went to hold it, and he bobbled the snap because it hit the ground, and I had no choice because I already committed, to making my move. So he never even got the ball down on the first one. So I think it went wide. Second one, right through. I could kick. I was a good kicker.
Wow.
I was a
No,
good
you talk about weight.
Yeah.
Our two guards only weighed 160 pounds.
Yeah.
Sammy Valera and Jimmy Ferrara.
Yeah.
But they were tough.
Yeah.
They would
tough.
never quit.
Yeah. We had more fun in practice playing the other team's offense and defense. And I think that was the first time they coined the phrase "chababas."
Yeah.
And the hardest I ever got hit was in one of those practice things by, here's a name, Jay Bertolozzi.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never. I mean,
No
it was
kidding.
like Jay hit me so freaking hard. It was like, wow, same bell rung, everything
Yeah.
hurt. From my hair to my toes hurt when he hit me that time.
Frankie Cosenza knocked me out in practice.
Yeah.
He was like a fire plug.
Yeah, linebacker, yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
never
when we
figured
were
out.
sophomores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm on the ground. I wake up. I don't know where I am. Get up. We're going to go again.
Yeah.
No, didn't stop anything. Just kept going.
Just get up and go.
Yeah.
Charlie Broderick?
Yeah.
Do it again, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, after that hit, it was like, I don't want any more of this. But, like I said, I stuck with
You
it.
know who hit me the
Felt
hardest
good
in
about it.
practice once? Bugsy Robinson.
Imagine.
No
man.
kidding.
He blindsided me. I'd never seen him, and he hit me, and I was dazed.
So these are some names that, you don't
Yeah.
put together with someone who could really hit. Jay was a Bertolozzi. He was a competitor.
Okay.
You don't really hear that much about him, but he was a good ball player who took it serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many concussions, I wonder, did he have?
I have no idea.
Because I see him in Tim's Diner today, and I'm wondering if he knows where he is.
Well, he was always like that.
Yeah.
He was always like that, Jay. But
Yeah.
I got to play with Charlie Kerouac, Mike
He was-
Wow,
Pignata.
Charlie was something.
I mean,
Tiggy Pignata
Tiggy
was
was
a good player,
a
great
fire
player.
plug. Talk about
He just passed
fire
away.
plugs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I played softball with him later
Yeah.
on. He was a
Great guy.
competitor.
Our practices, Jackie, they should have been on film.
Yeah.
Because half the
There was
time,
some hit.
I mean, Broderick had a way of aggravating you,
Yeah.
And he threw a pass to Roger Roseberry one. Roger dropped it. He stopped the practice. Mass. He says, mass. Don't throw the ball to Roseberry. He's got butter on his fingers, right? And Roger's sitting there like that. And one time he was practicing, it was game scrimmages.
Yeah.
And they're driving down the field. And he gives the ball to Moose. He fumbled, right? As they were going in. Stop. Mass, when you're inside the 5-yard line,
Don't give the ball to
Valeri.
Don't give the ball to Valeri.
They never dropped the pass in the game. They never fumbled,
All right.
Oh,
He
my
was
God.
funny.
Let's do this again next year. We'll play the Thanksgiving game from this year.
Oh, yeah.
God willing.
We'll do it. Yeah. God willing.
God willing, I know it, Jack?
But let's make a date and we'll delve into the
was great.
Thanksgiving
Jack,
game.
Boy,
Thanks
we
a
done
lot,
already?
Jackie,
I thought we were going to go another hour.
Oh, I go 3 hours.
Oh, easy. All right.
If I get a boss who,
Yeah.
he's watching. But anyway, let's do that. This was great. And,
Jackie, thank you
I think
very
a lot
much.
of people are going to enjoy
Yeah.
this. I'll try to add some
Thank
more
you,
pictures.
Jack.
Thanks, guys. This was fun.
Jack,
You guys are all my idols growing up.
Roger Ross.
Per usual.
Lancaster Street School, first grade honor, the three of us.
They even came down from Boston
And
to
you
give
got
us
the
this
plaque.
plaque right there.
Let's hold that up. Hold that up. Can you get a shot of that plaque? There it is.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Jack, that picture was in the Boston
Look at
paper.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The Boston.
And we can go out on that.
You go around
Yeah.
there, right?
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Jack.
All right. It was great, old.
It was great.
All right.
So can we swear now?